Hey everybody, it's Linda from the Crafting Depot, and I want to finish up this page that I've been working on. They're little squares that I'm making, and they're for an art journal that I'm working on. So today what I want to do in this particular square is to make some sunflowers. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this down so that we're just looking at this one square, hopefully. And it's not easy to paint, let me tell you, when you're, let me put this on hold. Yeah, so it's really difficult to paint when you have the camera right in front of your face and you're trying to look underneath it and paint, but I'm going to do my best. So today we're going to paint some loose watercolor sunflowers. So I'm going to do a little circle over here. I'm going to do a little circle over here. The pencil, and then on the outside I'm going to do a bigger circle, and then we'll do one over here, maybe a little bit higher over here, and then a bigger circle around here which I will fix. That wasn't a good circle. We'll just go around like that, just fix it, and we'll fix this one over here. And again, these are just loose little whimsical flowers that we're doing. So I have my using a a Princeton Velvet Touch number 8 round brush. Okay, I don't have a palette. I'm using my Kuretake paints, which don't come with a palette. I'm going to be purchasing that in the near future. So what I'm going to start with is my burnt umber. I have burnt umber. Let me see, this is raw umber, and here is the burnt umber. So we're going to start with burnt umber, and we'll put that on the plate. And I also have a lot of tissues over here. I'm going to take a little bit of the raw umber. Yep, raw umber. I'm going to put it over here. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of the two of them together. Yes, I will definitely get a palette. I saw one I liked, and that's coming up soon. So let's mix okay, so we're going to go inside and then outside also. We're going to do the whole circle in the raw umber. Okay. And you know what, while we're at it, let's do this one. Let's get more of I always mix these up, raw umber. Let's get a little bit more of the darker raw umber, because that's really what we want. And when it dries lighter. I want to thank those of you who have been following my channel. I'm truly grateful. I'm brand new at all this. I mean, I've been crafting and, painting off and on throughout my life. But now that I am retired, I've decided to get back into it. And when you make a mistake like that, it's not a big deal. Like, as you can see, you just take a tissue and wipe it. I had too much water on my brush, so now I'm going to go in here, and as you can see, I did the two of them totally different. Not good. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and bring some dark into this, and then we're going to go over here and fix it. I think what I'm going to do is get a little bit of water. And whoops, sorry about that. I'm telling you, it's really difficult to paint with a camera sticking right in front of your face. So that was a big mistake. And now you can see I got rid of it. So we'll go back into the raw umber. And I must have too much water on my brush, because the tip is what I want. Okay, there we go. So I just put a little bit of paint on the tip of my brush, which is, I want to get the center of the, I keep calling this by the wrong name. Let me be careful. Yeah, raw umber. And then this is burnt umber. Probably should put the names on the outside for myself to remember these. Okay, so let's do the same thing in here. Let's get the raw umber on the inside. It's a little dry. So just wet it down. And it's kind of difficult painting tiny, small little flowers. I was, painting on a larger watercolor paper before, and now I'm doing this on a smaller surface, square. Okay, so we got those. Now the next thing I want to do is use the cadmium yellow, and I'm going to take that, I'll put that on my plate, and then I'll add a little bit of water just to loosen it up. And I'm just using a Pyrex plate. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my brush, and I'm just going to make little whimsical, and you can see the brush actually helps you. It's not that hard, so don't be afraid. So these are going to go into a journal that I'm working on for a friend, and we're going to go around like that and continue. And I'm not a fast painter, so if this is too slow for you, there's a like a little flower up here on the right hand side. You can hit that, and where it says normal, just you can increase the speed of the playback on this video. So let me make sure I'm in camera with you. So as you can see, I'm just using the brush is doing the work. Pretty simple. Okay, and I'm going to turn this so that you can see me. And then I'm going to just do some whimsical little sunflowers with pointy leaves up here. And add a little bit more water to this. And just keep going around. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about painting and crafting, and making these books have been, a great hobby for me. Absolutely enjoy it. And getting back into painting has been a pleasure. And don't worry about being, an all-star painter. It's not about that. It's about having fun. And while that's drying, we're going to come over here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to paint these little points. And as you can see, I put my brush down and I lift it up. And this will be the first layer of what we'll get some more of that cadmium yellow. And we'll just mix it into the plate. And there we go. And that's all I'm doing, just one color, cadmium yellow. And then here, we'll do some more. So we're basically going around like this. And continue. And we'll get some more. Yeah, I was looking at some palettes that I really liked, and I put them in my cart for when I got back home from my son's to order them. So I will be doing that today. And then I'll have my palette, and when I decide to use whatever colors I'm using, I can put them into the palette, which is really nice because then when I travel, I can bring that palette with me, and whatever paints I want to use. Okay, here we go. And I'm still in camera, thanks. Okay, because a lot of times I'm doing things and I'm looking at the paper and I'm not paying attention to the camera. So I can see I'm still... Okay, so we have the first layer. So the next thing I want to do now is I want to take the cadmium orange. I'm going to bring that over here on the plate, as you can see. And then I'm going to mix it in with the cadmium yellow. So it's not just cadmium orange. I'm going to lighten that up a little bit. And it's just a little bit darker. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a second layer. And we're going to go like that. Maybe we need a little bit more cadmium orange. And we're going to go in there like that. And they don't have to be the same length. They could be shorter. And we'll get that in there like that. I'll take up some of that. Okay. And then I'm going to move this like that. We'll go up here. And we'll go here. And there we go. Easy peasy. We'll get a little bit more of that orange, cadmium orange. And we'll mix it in. And we'll get rid of that drop. Okay, there we go. And we'll turn it. And over here. Okay, it's starting to take some dimension here. So let's go over this a little bit more. Orange, cadmium orange. And now you can see the two layers are starting to appear. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to put in some second layer. Looks like we need more cadmium orange. So clean off my brush. Get some cadmium orange. Blend it in there. And continue. So you just want to have a little slightly different color in there. Bring that around. And keep going. I'll tell you this, I really enjoy painting. It's a lot of fun. And we'll get a little, this one's, I'm going to pick up some of that. So you just put your brush down, dry it off, and the brush pretty much just soaks up. So the trick is dry off your brush. Okay, and then we go like this. And fill in this area. Am I in camera? Yes, I am. Okay. Just fill that in. Let's do some little and some large ones. And fill it in here. And now it's starting to take shape. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to use the sap green. So I have two sap greens. I have dark sap green. I have the lighter sap green. Green, it's sap green deep, and then this is sap green. So what I'm going to do next is look for a place on my plate. So let me just wipe off, let me clean this. Okay, so these are forward-facing sunflowers. And we're not done with the inside here. Actually, you know what? Instead of starting with the sap green, let's do the outer edge. So what I'm going to do is I really need to get a palette. Okay, so I'm going to put the black here. And then you can also use indigo. Did I bring the indigo out? No, raw umber. Let's move these up. And I have indigo. Let's see if I can find it. Cobalt. Turquoise. Let me find the indigo. Okay. I had it right on the table. And now I lost my breath. Oh, no, I didn't. It's right here. Okay, so instead of using the black, we're going to use the indigo. So we're going to get the indigo. And I'm going to try not to hit the camera. I'm going to put the indigo here. And a little bit of black. And we're going to go in. We're going to go around the outer edge of the sunflower. Just go around the outer edge. So I took indigo and I took just a little bit of the black. And I'm just lightly tapping around the outer edge. And this is okay. I'm not worried about it because these are loose flowers. And we're just playing and having fun. So we're going to go over here. We're going to do the same thing. Just lightly tap. And I'm looking at the camera to make sure I'm in camera. Right now, I wasn't looking before. Sorry about that. So we'll take a little bit more of the black. And we'll go on the inside. And just give that. There we go. And what we can do, if this bothers you, is you just go in there and try to pick it up. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my brush. I'm going to let that dry. And then what I'm going to use is the deep sap green, right? Sap green deep. So I'm going to put that on my plate over here in the middle. Sap green deep. A little bit of water. Dry my brush a little. And then I'm going to make some thick branches. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Because the sunflower has a thicker stalk, a thicker stem. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and then wet the brush, get more sap green dark. Maybe, you know what I could do while these are drying is get the sap green, the regular sap green. Put that up here on my plate, have it up here, and we'll just do some fat leaves. We'll go over that again. Get the sap green. Let that dry. some dark sap green. Fill that in. There we go. Okay, and that's going to dry much lighter. So now we're going to go over to the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. So I like to do different types of things. I started off with the trying to do a vintage journal style, and I decided to go back and do some of the stuff that I used to enjoy doing, which was painting. And then I have always been interested in doing watercolor, but I've been afraid. So I figured, all right, let's try this. Let's just give this a little squiggly. And a little squiggly here. Okay, and we're going to let that dry. Now what I want to do is go back into these circles. And I'm going to use a little raw umber on my plate. And I'm just going to lightly go in here with the raw umber with the tip of my brush. And around like that. And then we'll do it again on the other side. Go around the circle. And just get this whimsical looking sunflower. Okay, so we want to go back in with the sap green and give it a little darker. So what I think I'm going to do is take the sap green over here, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the black, just a little tiny bit of the black. Let's see what happens here. So we just mixed a little bit of the black with the green. I wasn't in camera. And we're just going to go over these leaves a little bit. Give it a little dark. Okay, so we mixed a little bit of the black into this sap green. And we're just going to go around gently. There we go. And the same thing with these. I like the way this came out. And just go over that. Give it a little. Okay, and then I'm going to wet my brush. Add a little bit more of the black. And I'm just going to go over one side. Well, looks like I'm going, okay, there we go. And I'm going to go down one side of this. I'm going to go back in here. Back in here. One side. Okay, and as you can see, it dries really, really light. So, the next thing, I'm going to get that, what did I say it was? Burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. Go back in here with the burnt sienna. Just go over it again. And then finish it off with a little bit more of the black, which was mixed with the indigo over here. Black and the indigo. And I'm just going to go into here. Go around. Little dots. Same thing here. Probably should have let that dry. Okay, a couple here. Yeah, I should have definitely let that dry. Okay, that's not good. I'm going to go back over this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back over this. Because I didn't let it dry, it needs to dry. So let me let this dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so I dried that and I'm going to go back in, try it again with the black mixed with the indigo. Over here you can see the black is mixed with the indigo. And I'm going to try again. Just give it a few dots. See what happens there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. We'll let that dry. Okay, next what I want to do is take, and we're just going to use the paint itself. So I'm going to clean off this brush, and we're just going to use the lime green. So what I want to do first is just wet this a little bit. So I'm going to wet this a little bit, come down here. That might be too much water right there. Right in here might be too much. Okay, and then we're going to take the lime green and we're just going to go in here and around. And we're going to go in here. Get the lime green. Wet it. Okay, now over here we're going to do dry. Wet on dry. Over this side was wet on wet. Now it's wet on dry. So the paper's dry and the paint is wet. And it's slightly darker. So we just get two different shades. I'm just going in with the point of the brush. Just giving it a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to wet the brush and try to spread some of this so it blends a little bit more up here, a little bit darker. You can see where it's not. And you know what, having a little bit of white is not a bad, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so we'll wet it. And we'll come down here, in here, and up there. Okay, so here we go. Continuing on, little lime green. I absolutely love lime green. I think it's a really pretty color. Okay, I'm so glad I got to use it in this little demonstration here. Okay, here we go. Going in. And we're going in. Okay, and then It's coming along. I'm absolutely liking this. And we're not done. There's always something to do. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we did the background. And then what I think I'm going to do is go over these petals after it dries. I'm going to have to let it dry. With some ink, some pen. Okay. And we're going to get a little bit more of the burnt sienna. Just a little bit more of the burnt sienna. We're going to go around one side here. And a little bit up here. Just give it a little bit more poppage. And of course, remember, these colors dry very lightly. Okay, so clean that off. And just a little bit more. Just love that lime green. Okay, so we're going to finish this up. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to outline it. Let's see how it looks outlined. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a black pen. The one, whoops, sorry about that. So the pen that I'm using is a Pilot G2. I really like it. You can use any black gel pen. And I'm just going to go over the petals. And light up the rest of it because it's very whimsical. And just keep going over each petal. Because this is just a whimsical flower using watercolor and now a pen. There we go. And we'll keep going. And as you can see, it does skip. And it's probably because of the paper and the paint, but that's okay. Okay, and then we'll go down the flower and around. And down. And up. Okay, so that's how that looks. And I like the way this looks. We'll go around the inside. Maybe go around the outside. And there you go. I think it looks much better. Okay, so we're going to go like this. And here we go. There we go. Okay, so we're going to continue. You know, hold on one second. Okay, keep going. And around. Okay, so we're going to keep going around. I'm going to turn this and go up here and down. Okay, let's go up. And basically, I really like the way this looks. Okay, so we got that, and then we're going to do the inside. I'm going to go around the inside and around the outside. And then we're going to outline, and we'll do one more thing. I think we're going to put some whimsical little dots. And there we go. Much better. So let's get out the Posca pen, and we'll just go around. Give the leaves a little whimsy. And a little whimsy on the petals. I wonder how that would look inside. Okay. You never know unless you try it. And just a little whimsy in each petal. Cute. Okay, and then we'll go, let me see, they don't really show up, so we're going to try something else, even though I'm still doing it. Cute. I mean, really, really cute. So we've done 4 squares, so far this is what we're up to, and we have 1 more to go. I'm really happy with this. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button, and if you feel you want to share with your friends, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel, and I make videos every week. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'm truly grateful to any of you who are subscribing. Thank you. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.